Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield. All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your life, your business, all of it. Time to crush those goals. Time to get after it. Let's go. You are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. We're coming to you again from beautiful downtown Springfield in the Big Dog Construction Studio. Hey, we've got so much going on in Springfield right now. Make sure you are participating. Get out there, network with folks, be a part of the community, support local businesses, support local nonprofits, and let's go. We can all grow together. So, hey, another great episode for you today. We're going to get right to our guest after the break. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert, serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. And we are back. Joining me, quite frankly, are a lot of folks today because we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Elevate Springfield. It was this time last year that got all of this started. So we're going to go back to the beginning here soon. But before we do that, do want to thank all the folks that have been a part of this since the beginning. First, I want to thank our partners out there, Acosta Angeli Roofing, Sangamon Tree Service, David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency, Shudokan Karate Club, CPS Custom Property Solutions, Fred Weber, Big Dog Construction Company. Thank you for all your support over this past year. Thank you to everyone else who's tuned in to listen to the show, all the folks that have given me the support over the year. You all know who you are. Some of you are going to be heard today on this special episode. I've said it before, but kind of the impetus to Elevate Springfield, it all started a little over a year ago at this point, when Benny Harmony and I, at the time she was still at News Channel 20, we were having a conversation on I could come on her show and each, week do something in regards to how we are elevating Springfield, whether it's something motivational or something that I'm a part of, any of the groups that I'm a part of, things like that. And what that idea morphed into was, yes, we ended up doing that, but also started the podcast here. So I wanted to make sure I was able to give those stories out to everyone in Springfield and beyond. This entire year, I'm just reminded each and every episode of all the great people that are doing phenomenal things in our area, making an impact on themselves, on their business, and on the community on the whole. And I am proud to be a part of that, and hopefully being able to give some actionable strategies on this show like we've tried to do all year to help you all elevate your life personally and professionally, because when we do that, we all grow together and we can elevate Springfield on the whole. So far we have had 150 episodes, so many great guests. Again, people that are just doing absolutely phenomenal things in our community. quite frankly, a full year of fun for this guy as well. I have enjoyed every minute of learning about each and every one of my guests, all their stories, and how they have impacted Springfield and beyond. So I'm excited for year two. We're going to 10X this thing and go massive. We had a great first year, but I am excited for where it's going. We got some really cool stuff we're going to be bringing to you, and I hope you will join us for the ride. But today, and we're going to do this on Thursday too, we're going to bring back some of the old hits. But today, what I want to do, I want to go back to the very beginning, really, those first few months, even before got into the downtown studio here, back when we were at the original spot, aka my office, where it all got started. So you're going to hear today the personal and professional advice from Jamie Toole, Chad Fowler, Benny Harmony, Nicholas Koch, Todd Bringett, Jack Geyser, Michael Thomas, Zach Adams, Fred Weber, Mike Coffey, Jeff Dillman, Doris Turner, Juan Acosta, Emily Lewis, Kylie Melvin, Dr. Sammy Wagner, and Don Chris. All were guests with me very early on in the show. I guess the OGs, you could say, of Elevate Springfield. So again, thank you to everybody who's been with us since the beginning or joined us along the way. We hope you'll continue the journey with Elevate Springfield. So let's get to our guests. All right, and we are back. Joining me in the studio now is another individual that is doing phenomenal things in the Springfield area. We've got Jamie Toole from the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes. Jamie, how you doing today?
I'm doing really good, Robert. I'm excited to be here.
We've had a bunch of takeaways, but let's do your favorite one on the personal side and your favorite one on the business side to help folks elevate their life and business.
On the personal side, I think put things in perspective. I am notorious for being, my wife would say, a workaholic and constantly in my laptop, and that, taking some time. One of my favorite things to do when we go back home to Florida is just walk and either listen to music or listen to a podcast. I just listened to Kirk Herbstreit's book, an amazing book. I was one of these folks who was sort of not big fans of Herbstreit. He's kind of leaning towards the Big Ten or this school or SEC. Completely changed my opinion, the life that he lived, where he came from, some of the challenge, and that he's had his two of his kids were born prematurely. When I say perspective, we come into contact with folks, we have no idea what they're going through. We have a tendency to be brass tacks, like, well, this is what I want, or this is what I want, or this is where I want to get to. But have that perspective when you're communicating with folks and when you're dealing. I don't know what's going on in your life. So if you can sort of live the golden rule, which is our company, I want to treat others how we want to be treated. I think you'll make a lot more progress. So personal level is perspective. The business level, it changes for me.
Sure.
Right? Like different stages. I look back in 2021, it was just like, all right, let's just get this thing off the ground. Now I think it's forcing yourself to, like, what's the biggest vision that you could have for the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes? What is that for me? All right, well, it'd be like selling out games, it's getting the field turf, it's getting a renovation. So then recently, my sort of driver is, as you would say, times 10, but I call it like taking an elite step forward.
Like that.
Forget about what your goal and your dream was. I want to take that to a completely different level. We want the state tournament back here. We want University of Illinois player. We want full-on concert series. We don't want to just have one renovation. We want to have the nicest stadium in all of summer college baseball. We don't necessarily want to be the Savannah Bananas, but I completely admire what they've been able to do on a national level. But we want to do that within the confines of baseball, the game that we play. But we want Springfield to be known as that is the place to play summer baseball. And what are they going to do next? Holy smokes. We're working on two things that scare the heck out of me for this year. And I'm so nervous, but it's like that adrenaline and that nervousness meet up and you're like, this is called living. And that's what we're doing. So I think take that goal and take it to a much higher level to, like what you said earlier, it scares you and you're like, I don't know how we're going to get there, but we're going to get there. And I think that's a fun, there's an old professional wrestler called Dusty Rhodes. And he used to say he's, living on the end of a lightning bolt.
Sure.
I'm like, that's the feeling I get when I lay out those dreams of what we want to do. And, I think that's the key is having that vision, but also back to the personal life perspective, knowing that, hey, your family, way more important than these things. Spend the time, make sure you're investing the time with the people, because life is like this. And at some point, all of us, our time comes.
Right.
Just make sure that you've done the right things with the right people while you're chasing that big, bold vision.
Love it. Great stuff, Jamie. So Jamie is certainly elevating Springfield personally and elevating Springfield with the Lucky Horseshoes. All right, and we are back. Joining me in the studio now, Mr. Chad Fowler from Sangamon Tree Service. One more takeaway on your personal side and professional side that can help folks elevate their life or business.
The personal side, I would say just live a good life, worry about your health, don't just sit on Netflix, don't
Right.
just be a person absorbing everything around you. Be the person giving, be the person that's, out and about in your community, be involved, I've seen a lot of leaders on here. Jamie Toole, that's a great thing going on over there with the horseshoes. I mean, be involved, man. Just that's the biggest thing personally. Just sitting at home and watching these Netflix episodes, watching the new Yellowstone, whatever it may be. It's really not going to get you anything. You're just going to get that little bit of dopamine sitting on the couch. Read a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Get better, man. It's
How
the
much more
biggest thing.
impactful is that?
It's so much. I mean, it helps you, just me and you talking right now.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a lot easier to talk on a screen or talk to a mic when you're very well versed in literature. You're you got your vocab right and everything else, and you're really growing your mind. I feel like when you're just sitting there watching a screen, you're just absorbing. There's no thought going on whatsoever.
You kind of just go into this TV coma. And you're just kind of
coma. There you go. That's the way to say it.
Right.
Coma. But you're reading a book, you're sitting there and you finish reading something and you're like, oh, that applies here. That really works.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even if it's just, the Goosebumps books as a kid, just reading literature is going to help you. As an adult, I probably wouldn't read the Goosebumps.
No, I certainly remember reading those growing up. They were on my list as an elementary school kid.
What was it, like the Magic School Bus, Treehouse, all those were big when we were kids, man.
No doubt about it.
And then as far as business, I said a lot of things already. I mean, be 100%, be 110% ready to rock, be in full. But again, it's a lot to do with the people around you, man. And just don't quit. Don't think just because you're busy, you need to shut off your marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I would say just always be hungry for more. If you're busy, that doesn't mean you need to shut off your marketing. That means you need to hire more people. You need to get more trucks rolling. And you need to do more because, you live once and you'd hate to be 80 years old and think, hey, man, Sangamon could have been 7 teams working the whole entire central Illinois.
Miss Benny Harmony, how we doing today?
I'm great, Robert. How are you?
Phenomenal. One more thing from your personal side and your professional side. One more tip.
For both, I would say the biggest thing, fuck what everyone else thinks. Who fucking cares?
Mm-hmm.
You are not living for them. You're living for you. And serve others and you'll find your purpose, because the key to finding purpose within yourself is helping others. It is the way we were created as human beings. It was the way, if you want anything to succeed, you want your business to succeed, people. Connect with people. Build meaningful relationships built on trust, built on loyalty. Have close people that you support you. You don't have to do it alone, but also fuck everybody.
And Nicholas Cox, will give us one more from the personal side, one more from the professional side that folks can take and help elevate their lives or business.
Yeah. So from the personal side, I would say get involved. Do something that you're passionate about, whether it's volunteering. Mentoring is a big thing as well. I think there's a lot of young people out there that are looking for people to mentor them, for good advice, for career advice, whether it's career or personal advice. Get involved with a local organization. There's a lot of great non-for-profits out there in Springfield that are looking for volunteers and need volunteers, especially in this current climate, economical climate that we're in right now. A lot of these organizations are pretty strapped right now. So being able to provide that manpower, woman power, help them out, get involved, it's going to benefit them, but also it's going to benefit you. And it's really going to make our community better.
Completely agree.
From a professional side, just manage your time, work hard, realize that at the end of the day, work's not everything. I know some bosses might not like to hear that, but it's really not. Take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty glass. So make sure you're going to work, giving it your best every day. That's all you can do. And make connections. Go to those networking events. Get involved with those networking groups, whether it's a chamber, local first, sustainability and professional networking group. Get involved with those organizations because you're going to make connections. You never know where you're going to end up. It's really kind of one of the beauties of those networking groups. It's just get to know people. It might be a business connection, it might be a referral, it might be what you name it. So get involved is the bottom line there.
So powerful. Todd Bringett, CEO of Ace Sign Company. Todd, thanks for joining us today. Your top strategy on the personal side and top strategy on the business side to help people elevate their life and business.
Yeah, on the personal side, find those opportunities to give, to serve, to be present. I think that balance is being a CEO. I don't know if you're asking the best person because we're kind of notorious for going a little over the
Sure.
but fortunately, I've got a very understanding wife who's with me in the business too, and sees that. But yeah, there's life lessons. That's something to being part of a family business too. I don't know if it's, I don't know. There's, I guess it's not just family business. Certainly the same for yourself. I see it in yourself all the time where it's like that purpose that you carry out at work is the same purpose that you carry out at home. And so I think in a lot of the same ways, I find myself not separating that as much. And I think that's good because there's just, one purpose to do right things, to multiply, again, everything, whether it's at home or whether it's at work. We want to multiply and steward the things that we've been blessed with. And so that's home or work.
I love
That's
it.
my go.
I love it, Todd. Joining me in the studio now is Michael Thomas from Express Employment Professionals.
So personally, kind of my guiding light, it's a scripture, Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and these things will be added unto you. What are these things? You tell me. In my personal experience, the more I focus on God and try to be available and present and serve God, the more my life kind of aligns, and the less stress I have. The more I focus on me and building up my ideas of my kingdom, the worse my life gets, right? So just not being self-centered is the main takeaway of that for me. Professionally, I'm going to have to still Zig Ziglar. Zig
Love Zig.
Ziglar says if you can help enough people get what they want, you get what you really want, right? And so I've held on to that. And again, it's kind of a foreign concept to society as a whole. We're kind of programmed to take. But I truly believe that if we can have an attitude of gratitude and try to give back and help others, get a hand up or whatnot, it'll benefit us too.
Give. I love it.
Give, yeah.
You probably seen this guy, Mr. Jack Geyser. Jack, how we doing today?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Fantastic. What would you tell younger professionals? Maybe they're trying to start their own business. Maybe they're just trying to make it in a business that they work in right now. What's a piece of advice you would give them based on some of the success that you've had?
Well, I'd say if you've already figured out what you want to do, you've kind of gotten a lot of the work out of the way. That's I know a lot of times that's a challenge for a lot of young people is figuring out what they want to do because they're getting pressure from all over the place. Like, should I go to college? Should I not go to college or whatever it is? And a lot of it too is taking the leap. You gotta make the reach out there, and get yourself plugged in. Whether you're you're at a 9-to-5 job or you're starting your own business or you're in a sales role or whatever it is, it's you have to meet people and get plugged in and do it yourself. You have to. It didn't happen on its own. That's definitely one thing that I learned over the past year is that this does not happen on its own.
You got to make it happen.
Yeah, you have to happen to it. So getting out there. I mean, like GC says, taking that massive action. Getting out there and making it happen for yourself. Learning from as many people as you can. So when I say I ask for help, it's not only hey, I need business, I need work, but it's also hey, I need your help, I need your input. Will you please sit down with me, for lunch one day, or and so sit down with someone that is either a successful business owner in general. If you can find someone that's successful in your industry, that's a big win. But yeah, just a successful business owner in general. And they've been through the same thing that you're going through, so whether it's like, okay, like how am I going to, make sales happen, or how am I going to keep track of my gross margin, or how do I back down on these operating expenses? Like they're going to help you out because they've already figured it out. You need to reinvent the wheel. You just go out there and learn from others.
And a lot of the good ones out there, the great ones, they're going to be more than happy to give you time.
Oh yeah, yeah,
because they want to help.
That's what I've learned too. Is like the most successful people I've ever met are like the people that I can call, and they get back to me, right? Like they're not condescending, or they're not like, oh yeah, I'm way above this. Like that's not how it is. Like they can relate to you because they were, and a lot of the times like they had that person that helped them get to where they're at.
Me. One more from your personal side, one more from your business side to help folks out there elevate their life or business.
Yeah, I would say in your personal life, you kind of the self-assessment, the self-reflection, think about what you're doing right, recognize that, and what can you get better at that will elevate other people, So like if I am working out, then I'm improving myself, and then I can better serve my clients or the community, So I think it kind of always starts with just a step back, look in the mirror, and really think about, okay, who am I? Who do I want to be? And what do I need to do to get me to where I want to be? And it's kind of the same thing in business is, what we've been talking about this whole time is just getting out there and making it happen. Like nobody's coming to save you, so you really got to fight through those challenges. And, one thing that my dad told me is like, yeah, I mean, because I would call him during the day or whatever, like, hey, one of the guys has a flat tire. What do I do? It's like, well, you already know what to do. Like, call a tow truck. Why are you calling me about this? So I kind of got like afraid of calling him, Sure. And then like eventually I'm like, dude, like, why are you so mean to me during the day? He's like, dude, like, it's for your own good, Like, even if I did help you every step of the way, I wouldn't really be helping you. And, I'm your dad. No one really wants to listen to their dad. Like, just figure it out. Like, you make the decisions by yourself. If it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, well, you take something from the failure. Like evaluated failure is the best teacher. So try to take something from every experience, and making a decision is better than not making one at all. Whether it's a wrong decision or a right one, it's better than not doing anything. Five frogs on the log,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Love it, man.
Absolutely.
Joining me in the studio now, Zach Adams from 1221 Photography. One more from your personal side, one more from your professional side, a piece of advice you give to folks out there to help elevate their life and business.
Man, this goes for both your life and your business. Always do you, always be you, and don't let anybody I know this all sounds, cliche, but it's like, it's real.
Love it.
Don't let anybody stop you from working on your vision. No matter what you think it is, no matter how small, how big it is, because nobody else has that vision. Nobody else sees that vision. So always do you.
Get it.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm joined now by Fred Weber, one of your favorites from your personal side, one from your professional side, to help folks elevate their life or their business.
Okay. Start off with being funny. My first favorite quote is, if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not first. And then you find out in the movie that it was all baloney, right? But one of my favorite personal quotes is, to get where you're going, you have to do what you haven't done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer in that. But like, I know some people, to get what you need, there's some other ways to it, but like, you have to do what you haven't done. You just have to get where you want to go. You have to do what you haven't done. And I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't have. And I remember just being in that environment, like, and this is why I relate so much well to the economically challenged community, is like coming from that community that like we were told that you'll never be more. And man, I'm telling you, it's the whole world's out there. I just want people, like, I have friends now, like, yeah, but look where you're at now. I remember being in a 1-bedroom house with five of us trying to figure this out. So I'm telling you, there's there's light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to believe it. So those are my two favorite quotes.
I love it. And you challenge yourself and get outside of your comfort zone, because that's where the stretch and the grow happens. Representative Mike Coffey, one more on the professional side and one more on the personal side to help folks elevate their life or their business.
Well, the personal side, spend more time with your family and spend as much time as you possibly can with your children. They'll be better human beings for it. The professional side, just work hard. There's no substitute for working. And another thing that I think, whether it's personal and professional, and I tell my employees all the time, every time they got a problem, they say they can't go to work. And what I tell them is, here's what I can tell you. All that I know is all the upwardly mobile people, when they have problems, they work more because sitting at home, if you got a problem and you're not doing anything about it, and sitting at home, not going to work, it only makes you poorer, doesn't put more money in, and then that exacerbates other problems. So,
No doubt about it.
not going to work doesn't solve your problems. Going to work, work more and you might solve some of your problems. Now, I'm not talking about if you're sick or something like that.
Sure, no.
But, every time somebody, if your boyfriend breaks up for you, not going to work isn't going to help that situation. Go to work, your girlfriend breaks up, whatever it is,
Right.
if your cat passes away, you shouldn't take 2 weeks off of work,
Right.
and all that.
No,
That's probably callous, and
No,
trouble for saying
I
that. But
love that.
but and go to work.
Yeah.
Don't stay at home. The other thing is this stay working from home. I think it's bad. We need to get people back. Interacting, the collaborative thinking when you're working with somebody face to face and one on one. And if you're a young person, don't text your boss, employers. Call people face to face. The young person today that gives up the texting and goes to personal one-on-one interaction is going to be the most successful. I promise you that. So
Completely agree. No problems ever get solved by sitting at home on the couch.
no, not
It's
at all.
solved by action.
No,
Go to work, get it done,
Yep.
take action.
Yep.
I love it. So, joining me in the studio, Mr. Jeff Dillman from Masco. One more from the professional side, one more from the personal side on how folks can elevate their life or their business.
Wow, Robert, you make it tough. I thought I had all my my speech going. I'll say on the professional side, let's network with intention, right? And what I mean by that, surround yourself with people who challenge, inspire you, and support you, right? And you can really even take that into the personal side.
Sure can.
On the personal side is have goals, have your battle plan, live by it, adapt to it, don't change, be positive.
You're talking about having the right people around you. Have you had a lot of good mentors over your lifetime?
Very blessed.
Yeah.
Very blessed. I can say in my positions, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without those people. And those people know who they are. I would be silly to think different. I looked up to people, and I definitely challenged myself with one particular person. I challenged myself, and he was my mentor, my boss. And I said, I'm going to be your boss one of these days. And he laughed. And 3 years later, I was his boss.
There you go.
And he laughs today still. But no, I wouldn't be without mentorship. And, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And without my parents, obviously, right? And my wife. So,
No, completely agree. Have to have the right people around you. Have to have the right mentors.
Yes, sir.
To help you grow.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Back joining me in the studio now is State Senator Doris Turner. What's one more piece of advice you'd like to give the folks here in Springfield?
I really think that I can merge the two because I think that when you have a happy personal life, you have a happy professional life. When you have a happy professional life, you have a happy personal life, but don't settle. Keep doing and striving to do what makes you happy and what gives you pleasure, because none of us know how long we're going to be here doing whatever it is that we're doing. And when you're, it's one of those things, none of us get out of here alive. When we're done, we're done. And I just want people to be happy in what they're doing, no matter what that is. It doesn't have to be something where your face is on the Wheaties box.
Right.
It doesn't have to be something where you have a gazillion dollars in the bank or the biggest house on the block or the nicest car. It could just be what makes you happy.
Yeah. Love it. It goes back to that makes you happy, makes you proud.
Yeah,
the
there
whole
you
thing.
go.
I
All
love
of
it.
that. Yeah.
Joining me in the studio now, Mr. Juan Acosta from Acosta Angeli Roofing. One more to help folks elevate their life or business.
As far as the personal side, make time for your family. That it's very important to me nowadays, making time for my family, my kids. I was talking to Zach a couple days ago about that, and just like that's what I'm working for. It's just more time with my kids. There's gonna be a point where they're just gonna be like, hey, I need you to take me to camp every single day. I want to be able to pull off and go do that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and that's what I was telling Zach. I was like, dude, I'm grateful that you're here. You know, I'm grateful that Tony's here so I can go do that stuff. Like, hey guys, you know, Blake's got this, or Asher's got this, or Christian's got this. You know, I need to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or vice versa. So,
Absolutely.
but
Then what about the professional side?
grow thick skin, be honest, and take care of your customers. Be open-minded. You know, no one's perfect. Admit when you're wrong. Ask for help. You know, we're still growing. I mean, it's great that people see where we're at now, but it's still a process. We still make mistakes. We just got to fix it. So
I love it. And we are back. Joining with me now is Emily Lewis from the Rail Yard. Give me one more piece of advice from the personal side, one more from the business side to help folks elevate their life and business.
Okay, I will start personal-wise. I would say something that people don't consider enough in their personal lives, which this is going to sound like such a cliche. However, it's something that holds a lot of value to me and has caused elevation in our life through and through with everything we do, and that's my marriage to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm speaking out there to anybody that wants to get married or is married, or maybe one day will get married, and that is that your relationship with your spouse is the most important thing, even more important than being a parent, in my opinion. More important than being a business owner, more important than being a daughter or a son, more important than anything is your relationship with your spouse. Living out your goals together, being on the same page with your goals, encouraging each other. I think, again, this is going to sound very old-timey of me, but hear me out because it's caused wonders in my life, is for the man to show the wife love, an abundance of love, and for the woman to show her husband respect. And I think that we truly are just so different and wired differently. And yes, of course, my husband wants to feel loved. And yes, of course, I want to feel respect. But first and foremost, as a wife, I do want to feel loved in big ways and in small ways. And I feel like the husband wants to feel valued and respected as the father and as the husband of the house. And we both lead together, but in some things I lead at and other things he leads at. And we fill in each other's blanks. And a lot of people say a relationship is 50-50, and I think it's a load of crap. A relationship is 100-100.
Get it?
I give 100, he gives 100. However, at 80, I'm at 120. And when I'm at 70, he's at 130. And that's kind of how it has to be, that we have to fill in each other's gaps. And we have to see each other's weaknesses and be willing to fill that in. So whoever's better at finances needs to be the one doing the finances and the other one support it. Whoever's better at scheduling needs to be the one scheduling and the other one needs to support it. Of course, you still work together to make each other feel loved and respected, right? So even though, like, to this day, Tim hardly says no to me. That's just being honest.
Right.
But he should, and he does when he knows he needs to. And I value and respect him, so I follow through with it, and vice versa. But if I wanted to buy a new toaster that was like $40, say, who cares about, $40, whatever, I would still call him and say, hey, what are your thoughts on this? I know he's going to say yes.
Right.
And he knows that I know he's going to likely say yes. However, I still value his opinion so much that for something as simple as a $40 toaster, I consult in him first, and he does it for me. And it's not just with finances, it's for anything. Tim could want to go out and smoke cigars with the guys. He knows I'm going to likely say yes. So he can see the calendar. There's nothing going on. But instead of telling me, he still comes to me and we talk about it. He's not asking me permission. It's just a communication thing. And that's, again, how we just feel loved and respected. And so I would say through and through, how I feel elevated in my life. And that's been the favorite word.
Yes, indeed.
Elevated. How I feel it in my life, how I feel it as a mom, how I feel it in my relationship with anybody, or in my work life, in my home life, is by 100% valuing my relationship with my spouse. And I just think it makes for just the most fun life, honestly. For business, I would say, this is probably not the answer most people hear. It kind of falls into personal a little bit, is the biggest piece of advice that I could give to anybody is whatever you do in your life,
work or business wise. In this case, obviously, we're going to focus on small business.
Mm-hmm.
And the advice I should have given to myself earlier is that don't let it consume you. And I think that people talk a lot about work-life balance. So whatever it is that you love, create your schedule around how you can have that. Create your business model around how you can have that. You might have to adjust things, and it might not even be the vision that you originally saw. I learned that definitely the hard way. But I think that the way in which you can have the best business life is to create that balance where you're not working your life away and now it becomes a task. Like, I feel like most people open a small business because they're like, I want to work for myself. I want to have the flexibility. A lot of times people say because they want to make good money and they want it to be their money. Well, what's the point of doing all those things if you have no time for anything else? What's the point of working your life away for a business that you can't take with you when you die? But something that is left behind when you die is your family, and it's your friends, and it's the way that they saw you and remembered you by. And yeah, sure, my goal is to leave them this business. But again, they're not going to really want it if they grew up resenting it.
Right.
So I think that that's a huge piece of advice that I give to a lot of people is you can hustle and you can work hard and you can make good money off of business, but work smarter, not harder, because that's how you'll truly get to live a valuable life.
Love it. Phenomenal stuff. And we are back. My guest today, Kylie Melvin from the Primitive Prairie. Give us one more.
All right, one more personally would be do not care about what others think about what you're doing. And it seems like such a simple statement, but it is not. Do not care about what people think about what you're doing. You're being true to yourself. You know, I'm raising little girls. I don't want them to watch me being scared, to be authentically me. I share myself, and you're either here for it or you're not. So it's like a personal thing. And like I said, that took a lot for me to get over because I was like, what if people think I'm being ridiculous? What if people think I'm like a crunchy hippie? You know, like all these.
I get that too sometimes.
So it was like, what if people are judging me? And at the end of the day, I was like, I am here to help people, and I know what I'm doing is good. And so I had to get over that. And then for professional, it is to keep sharing your good. Just keep sharing. And it ties in with the personal. The professional for me ties in with the personal. So keep sharing your good, keep sharing your story, keep sharing what you're doing. And the people that need to show up to that, the people that are there for you, they will show up for you 100%. Yeah,
awesome.
That's what I think.
And all you crunchy hippies out there, join us. It's nice over here.
Come over here. The water is fine.
Joining me now, Mr. Don Chris, or like most people call him, Donnie Ray. Donnie Ray, how we doing today?
I'm all right. I'm all right, man. How you doing today, Robert?
I'm great.
I think from the personal side, find balance. Balance is really important. Find balance and make time for make time for the thing that you know you need to prioritize. Everything that we do isn't necessarily important, but there's a few things when it comes to your personal life with your family, your personal life with God, your personal life when it comes to just you having time for you. You got to create that balance, or else you'll get lost in the whirlwind of things that life is throwing at you. Going to the gym is one of the things that it helps keeps me balanced. As when it comes to elevating yourself in your business life, man, keep a circle of people who know more than you. That's been one of the best things that I've been able to start doing for myself. Try to surround myself. I don't want to be the smartest person in my circle.
Mm-hmm.
I try to make sure I'm surrounding myself with people who are a bank of wealth. I should say. I try, if it's an area where I'm weak at, like I'm not really great when it comes to videography, photography type work, or even necessarily I'm not really the best at social media marketing, but I come and pick people's brains that I get introduced around me. You can't be scared to ask those questions and think it's gonna make you look done. I walked in your office, like, hey, I seen you was doing this, man. How do you do it? It was something so simple, but for me, I couldn't figure it out. So you got to be able to lean on your peers and the people around you. Develop a good circle of friends and business leaders to be able to be amongst yourself and talk and network with. Because those people are gonna have your back when nobody else is. It's kind of I see you fail, I'm gonna pull you up with me. So I try to make sure I surround myself with business savvy people who are very well educated in areas that I'm not necessarily the best at.
I love that. That's key. And it's said that if you're the smartest person in the room, if you're the wealthiest person in the room, you're in the wrong
Yeah,
room.
you're in the wrong
Wrong room.
wrong room.
Joining me in the studio now, Dr. Samantha Wagner from Wagner Chiropractic. Dr. Sammy, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Fantastic. One more from your personal side, one more from your professional side
Okay.
to help folks elevate their life or business.
Okay. I think from the personal side, it would go back to being intentional and really taking care of those people that support you. Without your support system, you're not going to be anything. So you've got to really have people there that are going to support you. So really taking care of yourself so that you can take care of your loved ones, so that you can take care of your patients, that on the personal side. From the business side, I would probably say to be consistent and to continue being honest. The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody owes you anything. So to keep really grinding and to keep really working hard, but to keep being honest and genuine in the meantime.
I love it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that step back in time. I know I certainly did. We're going to do it again on Thursday with some of the newer episodes, as was today was the original episodes back from my old office before we got the studio downtown. So we'll check out some more stuff on Thursday. But until then, we'll see you on Tuesday for Next Gen with Ellie and Wednesday on our Communities Grow Together segment. We'll see you. Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. Every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudokan, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Farrell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So, hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great. Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343